Welcome back to the CSM Podcast. Today, I am hosting Mallory Hayden, and I'm here with Sam, Chris, and Jaden Latham.
Hi. Hello.
Hello.
So, Jaden, our first question for you today is, I know that you're a senior at Western Boone High School and you play basketball here.
Yep.
What are some of the important lessons that basketball has taught you over the years?
Basketball's taught me to overcome certain challenges and just get through. It's like a character development thing, more or less, and it just helped me grow as a person and learn more responsibility and learning to take care of the little things, like getting off the bus and saying thank you to the bus driver, just the little things like that. Like if your coach can trust you to do that, they can trust you to make a play on the court and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I know you talked about overcoming things. Has there been any big injuries or specific challenges that you've had to overcome throughout your 4-year career?
Not injuries, but more like playing time as a younger person. If I'm going from a freshman to a sophomore, I didn't get much playing time, and then I jumped from JV straight up to varsity, which was a big challenge because I hadn't gotten much court development, which kind of sucked, but it was just a big learning lesson right there and helped me get better.
Yeah.
How did your coaches and teammates have an impact on that transition?
My teammates pushed me a lot, and then bringing in a new coaching staff this year, they gave me a lot of confidence in myself and helped me be a better person and a teammate.
Yeah, how do you feel about having a whole new coaching staff going into your senior season?
It's a lot different than the previous because I had the same coach for the 3 years, and then just trusting the process that they're gonna lead us to the championship and lead us and bring us home with whatever, and just trusting their coaching skills.
Mm-hmm. And how has that coaching philosophy been different from the coach you've had your whole career, your junior year, into new coaching staff senior year?
We went from a very heavy defense team to a run and jump offense, score the ball, screw defense, and just score as many points as possible.
Mm-hmm.
So you said you jumped from JV to varsity pretty fast. Were there some players that you looked up to and used as an example?
Gavin Hawkins. I looked up to him a lot. He was probably one of my better teammates that I liked. He liked to push me a lot and help me.
Mm-hmm. So you looked up to people like that. How does it feel to now have people that are younger, sophomores, freshmen, looking up to you and know that you have to be that leader?
I like it. It gives me that sense of urgency to be the better person and because I have these guys looking up to me. So it just makes me want to be better for them so they can take after me.
So do you play any other sports besides basketball?
I do. I play soccer and I run track.
So how are you able to balance not only academics but athletics mixed with just life outside of school?
It's not too challenging. I just come home and I try to get most of my homework done in my study hall, and if not, then I'll go home and I'll do it. But other than that, I don't really have much else to do other than my sports in school. So,
and we've talked about this with Mallory before, but Lebanon runs on a block schedule, and WeBo has every class every day. How does that change your school experience, having every class every day? Do you like it? Do you not like it? Would you rather have a block schedule?
It doesn't really affect me. So this year I only have 4 actual classes. So I go from my calculus class to my English and then weights. And then I have my vocational, which takes 3 hours. So I don't really have much schoolwork to do. Mm-hmm. So it just gives me extra time to do more of my homework that I have.
Right.
So you said you're in a vocational program. Is that something that leads into your future plans you have for yourself?
Yeah, more than likely. I'm in the educational professions that's through Lurch. And I stay here for 3 hours with Kelly and Coach Smith, and they teach PE, and that's kind of what I want to do. I want to be a coach or help out with weights or PE and stuff like that.
So what if you want to do that? Do you have any future plans? Are you planning on going to college?
More than likely, I'll probably go to St. Mary of the Woods or IU Kokomo and study sports management there.
Do you plan on playing?
I might run track at IU Kokomo.
Okay.
What events do you run in track?
I do 110 hurdles, 300 hurdles, and long jump.
All right. I know that we're both from WeBo and Sam and Chris are from Lebanon, which is a bit of a larger school. What are your thoughts about being at a small school in a small town?
Get a chance to know everybody more. Like you see familiar faces, and you're with these people more than going to a big school and not seeing your friends as much and stuff like that.
Has that been able to create a stronger bond within your athletic teams?
I would say so, yeah.
So since you guys are such a close-knit group, do you feel like that has a bigger impact on the court? Maybe you guys are able to play harder or play more together than they are at bigger schools?
I would say it all just depends on how close you guys are, because I would say that, yeah, we talk a lot, but there are some miscommunications that we have on the court with each other, whether that's just we're not as close, like we have certain friend groups that everyone else is in, rather than just being a team and all being friends and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I would say it all just depends, because sometimes a bigger school could have a better like chemistry with each other.
Mm-hmm. And I know you guys have sectionals coming up, and you guys won the sectional last year.
Yeah.
How have you guys been preparing to play Delphi on Tuesday and really try to replicate what happened last year?
We've been honing in on like offensive rebounds and limiting their offensive rebounds because they're much bigger than us.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what killed us last game we played them. We only lost by 7, but we lost the rebounding battle by 25, which hurt us a lot. And if we can like limit those down, then I think it should be an easy win for us.
So what does that look like in practice when you guys are trying to hone in on those offensive rebounds? What drills are you running? What tips are your coaches giving you when you're playing a bigger team like that?
Push them out of the paint, limit their paint touches, and get them like closer to the 3-point line and stuff like that, and then chase after long rebounds.
Sam talked about the game planning, but like, what's the emotion going into this game, knowing that it could be your last game of the season?
Leave it all on the court. Play with as much intensity I have.
So we're heading into about 3 months left of our high school experience. So you've had time to develop as an athlete and as a person. What do you think makes up a good athlete on the court?
Someone that can keep their composure and bring energy no matter what, rise up their teammates, and just help communicate and be a leader.
And how do you try to replicate those values on the court? What do you do to make sure that you're being the best you can be?
I just try to be the best leader possible, and if I see a teammate down, I'm always trying to help them up and bring them back up.
Looking back at your early sports career, is there anything you wish you would have known going into high school athletics that you know now?
I would say quality reps over quantity reps. Getting like more game realistic shots up rather than just going through the motions and getting up as many as possible.
And with those, quality shots over quantity shots, how does coaching have an impact on that? Because I know in my experience with athletics, there can be certain things that coaches will do that will kind of just make you take the quantity and have to get as many reps before getting the game-like reps.
Yeah. So like, my coach over here, Coach LePage, is helping me with my form and like helping me like break my wrist down and finish with my elbow at the top. And like, that's just something I focus on more when trying to get these quality shots and just put them instead of just throwing them up and seeing whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of going back to what you said, you were freshman, sophomore was JV, and then you jumped back up to varsity around junior year, you said?
Yeah.
And you mentioned that transition before was kind of sucked, not getting a lot of the playing time. What advice do you have for an athlete that's kind of in that same position where they're kind of just like in a stuck position right now?
Trust your work, and if you aren't being put on the court, be the biggest cheerleader you can on the bench, and coaches will see that, and bring your own energy no matter what. Like, you can't be down.
Mm-hmm. And how big of an impact being on the court now do those younger guys being the cheerleaders? How much does that mean to you?
A lot. Just seeing like them being all hype and stuff, it just brings joy to me that they have the happiness of playing basketball, like whether they're not actually playing or not.
As we approach this big game, we kind of talked about this in our last podcast, kind of as a joke. Do you have a pregame meal that you're going to be having before?
I don't know. I go to Chick-fil-A a lot before the game, so probably Chick-fil-A.
That's a solid choice.
What do you get from Chick-fil-A?
12-count nugget with the waffle fries.
Solid.
Solid. So, me and Chris being from Lebanon, I've been in Lebanon my whole life. Chris is new, so he didn't really understand the Lebanon and WeBo rivalry when we first came here.
Yeah.
What has your experience been like with that rivalry?
I don't have much of I don't really hate the Lebanon guys. I like most of them. Like they're all kind to me, so I don't really have much to say to them. I can't really stand the Montgomery County teams, like the Crawfordsville and the Southmont, Northmont.
Mm-hmm. But seeing the attendance in your guys' games, the difference between, a regular Tuesday night and then a Friday against Lebanon.
Yeah.
What does that mean to you to see the school spirit come
Yeah, I like it a lot to see that these people are coming out to the games and supporting us, win or loss. I just like to see them come out.
Mm-hmm.
I know in my experience with WeBo Athletics, I don't usually mind a Lebanon game, but I usually struggle with a Danville or a Tri-West game. Is that kind of the same basketball?
That's probably I'd say the same. Much more different domain than playing a Lebanon team. I feel like Tri-West is much bigger, got a lot of talent. Not dissing on Lebanon, but
I got one. What would it mean to you to bring a sectional, like a back-to-back sectional to WeBo?
it would mean a lot. Being I feel like I could be a big factor in it this year, and it would just mean a lot.
And with that sectional team, that sectional being won last year with that team, you were on it. What did you learn from maybe the senior leaders last year that really had an impact on you going into the sectional run?
Just playing every game like it's your last, and just giving 110% every time, every play.
Speaking of which, last year's seniors, how much of the team did you have to replace or rebuild after they left?
Well, so we lost 3 seniors, and then I would say we had all of them replaced right after it.
All right. Like we said, we have 3 months left. What has been some of your favorite experience and memories that you're going to take with you from Western Boone High School?
I would say just seeing my friends all the time, building a routine around it, and just having something to look forward to every day.
Yeah.
And as you go on to college, you're going to have to break that routine that you see your friends every day. I mean, how does that make you feel? I know I've been, excited to go to college, but I've been worried too because I'm going to have to make all these new friends. So how does that make you feel knowing you're going to have to break that routine and get out of a small town like WeBo and go into a bigger?
It's a little overwhelming having to meet new people, but I feel like I'm ready for it and ready to see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
What's the biggest life lesson that high school has taught you so far?
I would say just being on time and just making it honing in on it brings out bad habits. School can bring out bad habits that you have, whether you're if you're taking a hard class like an AP class or something like that. It'll bring out if you're lazy, it'll bring out that laziness in you and just making you focus more on school and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. And as you go to college, what are some of the things that you've learned from high school, maybe studying in classes, or maybe, different people skills that you're going to be able to take with you? What are some of those things that you've learned from high school?
I feel like I've learned to be a good listener and also know how to respond in different scenarios and stuff like that. And then just overall being a good person, kind of.
And I have a question. So how big are your classes usually here at WeBo?
Probably 20 people.
Okay, and as you go to college and you're going to be in bigger classes, maybe hundreds, maybe 200 people, and you're going to see the difference in that size, and not have the best relationship with the teacher, how are you going to make sure you stay on track and make sure you study and do all your schoolwork well?
I would say probably try and see if I can maybe talk to another classmate, see if they know what's going on, and make a study group with them.
So you mentioned earlier that you're in the vocational.
Mm-hmm.
and how in the future you want to almost be like a PE teacher or a coach type role. And you've also mentioned how your coaches this year have had an impact on your athletic development. What kind of coach do you hope to be for the kids one day?
One that pushes them to be the best that they can be, but also keeping the fun in the sport and not making them lose their passion.
And you decide to become a coach, or is that's what you want to do at least right now? How big of an impact have the coaches like Mr. LePage or like your head coach at WeBo? How big of an impact have they had on that decision, and then on your life as a whole?
I feel like they've had a pretty big impact, just bringing my spark back and my love for the game, and just helping me build my confidence up and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. And how big of an impact on that decision do they have?
I would say a pretty big one. Like I aspire to be like them and be a coach like them one day.
Are you hoping to stay in this area or kind of branch out? Wherever it takes you.
Just wherever it takes me, yeah.
All right, that will be all. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining the CSM Podcast with city interns Mallory Hayden, Chris Hill, and myself, Sam Hornbecker. More episodes coming your way soon.